Hot girls have discipline. I think people underestimate how physically attractive self-discipline actually is. There's a certain glow that starts showing up when a woman consistently takes care of herself. You see it in her energy, her posture, the way she moves, the way she presents herself, and even the way she speaks about her life. This isn't because she's perfect, and it's not because she never struggles. This type of woman simply doesn't abandon herself. And whether people admit it or not, consistency changes women physically. You can usually tell when a woman has been pouring into herself for a while. Her habits start showing up on her body. Good sleep, movement, nutrition, emotional regulation, hydration, boundaries, confidence. Eventually, all of it becomes visible. That's why discipline has an attractiveness to it that goes deeper than aesthetics. It communicates self-respect. Honestly, I think modern culture has become a little strange about female discipline. People love the results of it, they just don't always respect the lifestyle behind it. Everybody praises the fit woman's body, but very few people respect the boundaries she had to create in order to maintain it. Because discipline inconveniences people. The moment a woman becomes serious about her health, people start treating her like she's doing something excessive. Suddenly, there's commentary about her diet, her routines, her gym habits, or the amount of effort she puts into herself. She may communicate her boundaries by saying things like, "No thanks, I don't drink anymore, I'm just trying to eat better, I'm going to the gym tomorrow." And suddenly, people act like she thinks she's better than everyone else. Meanwhile, those same people are usually admiring the outcome. That's the contradiction. A woman will get complimented for looking good while simultaneously being mocked for the habits that helped her get there. And I really think a lot of women shrink themselves because they sense that tension socially. Some women genuinely want to become healthier, stronger, more confident, or more disciplined, but they hesitate because they know people around them are going to react to it. Friends may start making little comments. Family members may suddenly become weirdly critical. Coworkers may start acting passive-aggressive towards them. Not because the woman is harming anybody, but because visible self-improvement changes social dynamics. And sometimes your discipline becomes an uncomfortable mirror for people who are deeply disconnected from themselves. There's also this weird expectation that women should constantly downplay how much they care about themselves. Like, you're supposed to pretend your appearance is completely effortless. You're supposed to pretend that your body goals don't matter to you, or that you don't care about feeling attractive, energized, confident, healthy, or proud of yourself. But why? Why are women expected to act embarrassed for investing in themselves? Women are constantly pressured to detach from their own desires so other people can feel more comfortable around them, especially in friend groups, families, and workplaces. There are people who will suddenly try to shame you out of improving yourself because your discipline forces them to confront their lack of discipline, and they may not even realize they're doing it. Let me remind you that there is nothing wrong about wanting to feel good in your own body. There is nothing wrong with enjoying beauty, fitness, health, or self-improvement. And honestly, I think a lot of women would feel more confident if they stopped treating self-care like something they need to apologize for. Because when a woman becomes disciplined, it usually affects far more than her appearance. She starts trusting herself more. Keeping promises to yourself changes your energy in a very deep way. You stop feeling emotionally flimsy. Your confidence becomes more grounded because now it's attached to action instead of fantasy. You begin carrying yourself differently when you know you can rely on yourself. And people can feel that. Not everybody consciously understands what they're picking up on, but they feel it. A disciplined woman often comes across as more magnetic because there's a sense of stability to her. She doesn't seem easily swayed. She's less desperate for approval. There's usually more intention behind the way she lives her life. That kind of energy is very attractive. I also think women need to stop underestimating how much discipline protects them mentally, because the ability to resist peer pressure is a life skill. A lot of unhealthy habits are socially reinforced. Overeating is normalized. Chronic complaining is normalized. Excessive drinking is normalized. Neglecting your health is normalized. Mocking ambitious people is normalized. So, when a woman becomes more intentional, people often react to her before they even understand why they're reacting. Her consistency forces people to confront themselves. And honestly, some people did prefer you when you had lower standards for yourself. It's a difficult thing to accept, but it is true. Some people felt more comfortable when you were exhausted, insecure, disconnected from your body, and constantly available for everybody else while neglecting yourself. A disciplined woman becomes harder to manipulate because she usually develops stronger boundaries alongside her habits. She becomes more protective of her energy, more selective with her time, more aware of what drains her, and less willing to destroy herself just to fit in socially. I think one of the most powerful things a woman can do is become disciplined in a world that constantly encourages her to betray herself for temporary comfort. Because at the end of the day, discipline is one of the purest forms of self-respect, and over time, that self-respect becomes visible. Alright ladies, that is all for today's video. If you'd like to keep up with more of my content, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Reina Safo. One last thing, always remember to protect the woman you're becoming. I'll see you in the next one.